All right, so I found the Real Bodies exhibit here in Vegas, something I've always wanted to do. I'm like very much a fan of anatomy and science and things like that. So we're gonna see what's going on in this Real Bodies museum. Tickets are 30 bucks. I told them I was military, so they gave me $5 off. So with tax, it was still about $30. Anyway, let's go in and see what's happening. Okay, mind you, these are real bodies, real people that have donated their bodies, let's hope, to science or whatever. So these are baby lungs, fetal lungs, in utero, and I guess these are regular adult lungs. And of course, there's the heart in the middle. Now, I'm not sure why all these fans are here. I mean, I guess I know why. You have to keep everything very dry. You want to prevent any humidity. But I've never seen just a wall of fans like that before. Here's an example of the bronchial tree. So those are the inner workings of the lungs and everything that you need to diffuse oxygen into and carbon dioxide out of your blood. In order to encourage people to stop smoking, vaping, etc., you can actually turn in your smokes here. Look at that. That is a good visual depiction of what you should not be doing. And then this is what lung cancer looks like. It looks way different than the healthy lungs. This is a healthy aorta. The aorta is the largest blood vessel in the body. And then these are the cardiac valves. You have the mitral valve, tricuspid, pulmonary semilunar, and aortic semilunar. And then a depiction of the venous valves. So the veins have valves that keep the blood from backflowing and keep it circulating well. So it's hard to see on camera, but where those little arrows are, that's where the venous valves are. So this guy right here is playing baseball, and he has his little thing out, his little ding-a-lang out. But this is very intricate. This muscle literally looks like beef jerky. It's been preserved in a way that it looks like beef jerky. Lots of detail. And then the eyes are glass. Very interesting. So over there we had a guy throwing a baseball. This guy's playing tennis. Look at that, look at that. They cut this poor guy in half in an effort to show us what's going on in the middle. So this is called a median sagittal line. That's the name for the cut that they've chosen to exhibit the body. There's the liver. There's the gallbladder. Now the gallbladder, I know it's usually filled with bile, so it usually looks green in a regular body. Here's the digestive system from top to bottom. Only thing missing at the top there is the mouth. But then we have the throat or the pharynx, trachea there, esophagus, stomach, liver, all of those intestine. Small intestines, down, down, down. Then we have the large intestines down there. And then of course, we have the anus. And fun fact, you will produce about 9,000 pounds of waste matter in your lifetime. That's a lot of poop. Here are the kidneys. So kidney on each side. Then we have the vena cava right there. And all the other little arteries and systems associated with the kidneys. Very intricate. It's actually bigger than what I thought. But the kidney is about the size of a small potato. That's kind of what that reminds me of. But we have the kidney here, and then we have the ureter that goes down into the bladder right there, and then that's how we excrete. Just very interesting. Here is an example of kidney stones, what they look like in the body. Definitely no bueno. So I like the colors in here. You definitely have to make this like almost cinematic and colorful for the general public to really be able to appreciate some of these things. So there's a lot of coloration going on. It's nice, and it makes you feel like you're in some kind of a, I don't know, like an actual like little movie or something. That was a big human right there. Probably at least 6 feet tall, but bigger than the other bodies in here. So this one is demonstrating basically how all the nerves innervate into the muscles leading off of the spinal cord. It's basically showing like the system of nerves, which is very intricate. Like these nerves are tiny. See, it looks like spaghetti. And did you know that your skin is the largest organ on your body? Yeah, it's pretty important.
Yeah, but they really have been traveling on that. It wasn't, I think when you said that, it wasn't Titanic.
So here they're trying to depict different remedies for broken bones, which is pretty interesting actually. So if we look, this would be the remedy for a broken clavicle. This is for the skull, for the femur. And it looks like some kind of assistive device for the hand. I'm not familiar with that though. Ah. There's a repair for the elbow. I mean, not the elbow, the shoulder. Ah, so right here we have a hip replacement. You can see the joint right there, that big silver ball. Ah. And then we have a patella right here, or the knee joint. Super interesting, right?